Hello and welcome to the Online Creators Association's Thursday night live stream. Last Thursday, I was talking about the fact that every time I do one of these intros, I remember the introduction from some piece of media that I've consumed far too much of. And the one that's really been jumping to mind lately is Citation Needed, the web series by Tom Scott and the Technical Difficulties. And just to justify doing that intro, and also because it's a fun game, tonight we're playing Citation Needed. Joining me today, she knows a concerning amount about dead stuff. It's Micah.
Hello.
Veteran of Gaia Online, it's Arget. And she won't get your TikTok references anymore. It's 80 Miller.
Howdy.
All right, tonight we're playing Citation Needed. I've got an almost randomly selected Wikipedia article in front of me, and these folks can't see it. Whenever they get a question right, they get a point and a ding, and there's a special prize for particularly good answers, which is...
This is a placeholder sound special prize DVD.
In fact, I can't hear the sound effects, so if they're not happening, please tell me.
They're happening.
It's a great sound. It really is. You did a great job.
Thank you. All right, so our first article tonight is just a quick warm-up article. Steel side bottom.
Could you repeat that?
Steel side bottom. STEELE SIDEBOTTOM.
Does it have to do with boats? I don't know why. That feels like a boat thing.
Right.
So the way this game normally works is I give clues to like gesture in the direction of like what ideas I want the players to answer. This one, I just want to keep this going until you guys figure out what the fuck this article is.
We're not going to get any points until we figure it out?
Broadest possible category. What is the article Steel Side Bottom, a Wikipedia article about?
I feel like it's got... I feel like the like transportation line, like that line of thought feels very accurate. I'm thinking it's either something to do with like trains, or my very first thought was like sidecars on motorcycles. Positive that's wrong. But
yeah, I see where you're going with this. You are very wrong. It is not
okay.
a mode of transportation.
All right.
Nothing whatsoever to do with transportation.
Nothing to do with transfer. Well, there goes 6 of my ideas.
Well, that's a hint, though. That is something.
Okay, then is it sewage?
Not sewage.
See, my only other like thing is there's this very niche thing where people like slide on the ground. So like they would need something to protect both their side and bottom, and I imagine a steel plate would do that.
The article Steel Side Bottom is not about protective equipment.
Okay.
I would go so far as to say it's not about an object.
Is it about... So it's not about sports in general either?
Oh, the article definitely deals with sports quite a bit.
Sports.
Steel
Is it a nickname for a team?
No, but you are getting closer.
Is it a name for a team?
It is a name.
Or is it a name for like a maneuver? Like, oh Lord, I don't sports enough for this, but...
My brain is just having a hard time with side bottom because it's like, what are you, a side or a bottom? You can't be both.
It just makes me want to watch Harry Potter again, too, because Neville Longbottom, the superior of all bottoms.
Well, I think the implication of a superior bottom.
Is it like a baseball player who has a particularly interesting or like tough posterior / side?
Neville Longbottom was definitely the right track to be going down for this question.
Okay.
So somebody adorkable is associated with this? Got it.
All right, what was that?
Adorkable. ADORKABLE.
I am not going to go so far as to say that somebody adorkable is associated with this, but I am going to give you the point Steel Sidebottom is a person's name.
Wait, is it
Town.
their actual name?
That their actual name. There's no like
No.
parenthesis born.
Oh, those parents.
Or-
Excuse me, TX.
Okay, but why?
We should not dead name this person, or at least try to dead name this person. Rugby or cricket?
Ooh, I don't know enough about sports to know whether that was a correct answer. Give me a moment.
Which means they're English.
Or Australian or New Zealand.
Or polo or
Point for
lacrosse.
Australian.
Oh.
Steel Sidebottom plays Australian rules football.
Ah.
Okay.
It's basically rugby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretend.
And this is a pretty short article. There's not a lot in here. So I pulled this one just because the name was so good. I wanted to spend some time with this name. So I figured this would make a good warm-up. Last thing on the list of questions I've got. He got a 4-week ban last year for violating COVID safety protocols. What did he do?
Did he snort?
Did he spit on
Ivermectin?
someone?
He did not spit on someone.
Okay. Was he chewing something and then spit on the ground?
I think he
Did
just
he,
did
like-
something. Obviously, he's an inferior bottom if he broke COVID restrictions. But I'd like to
I know
say-
I rescind my original statement.
but I think that it's something very mild or tame, like relatively. Like he left his quarantine too early or something.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the point on that one. He took an Uber to visit an injured teammate, and because the teammate was injured and like out of play, he wasn't like in the
bubble.
approved COVID bubble for the football teams.
Got it.
So he got penalized for trying to be a nice dude.
I mean, he got penalized for like taking an Uber and visiting a person who's not in his bubble during a quarantine with a pandemic, but it was a very heartwarming reason to be a mildly irresponsible dumbass. All right.
Would you like to know another interesting name story? It's relatively short.
Yeah, absolutely.
I lost Pi in Trivial Pursuit because there is no way. Absolutely. I remember his name forevermore, but it was. The question was, who has the world record for the most miles walked backwards? And this was like back in the 90s, so this is old trivia, so I'm sure somebody else has broken it. But the name was Pliny Wingo.
Incredible.
I'm like, I will always remember that name. And I don't know what like culture or anything that comes from, but I'm just like, what a name.
Yeah, I'm going to give you.
This is a placeholder sound special prize TBD.
For the
I still love how TBD sounds like DVD.
Oh wait, it's like the like watermark sound that goes underneath
Yes.
like
Yeah.
stuff you try to steal. Right? That's
Yes.
what it sounds like.
All right. So with that, 80, you definitely won this round. You win the 12 peers of the singer of Panic at the Disco who are least likely to hold him accountable for wrongdoing.
Oh no.
Brendan Urie's favorite jury.
Stop.
I forgot that that's the bit at the end of the like thing.
Yeah, I've got one for each one. I'm very
Incredible.
excited. First thing I did when we decided we were doing this was just start a brainstorming file for bad puns.
As you should.
This justifies getting so contrived.
It's-
That's what the T in TX stands for. Contrived.
Oh my God, thank you for that.
capital
That's
T,
beautiful.
but, in the middle of the sentence.
Oh,
All right. Y'all ready for the next article?
Heck
Yes.
All right. The next article is The Roman Theater of Philopolis. Question 1. Where is it?
Athens.
It is not in Rome.
No, it's got to be in like Georgia or like California. It's got to be some stupid place that doesn't belong.
Oh, I thought you were close with Georgia, but then no.
Oh, it's not in Athens, Georgia?
No.
Is it in Europe?
Yes.
Is it in Georgia, the country?
Georgia,
It's,
the country.
unless I'm like very wrong about my geography, which I am not good at geography, but I'm pretty sure that's close enough to give you the point. It is in Bulgaria.
Okay. I have no idea if those two are near each other, but
I think that they're near each other. They're both Eastern Europe, right?
Yes. Yes.
I'm pretty sure they're both north of Turkey.
Listen, I'm a stupid American. I have no idea.
You're benefiting from stupid American points if I'm wrong as well.
Look, I don't know geography, but I know vexillology. You ask me their flags, I can probably do it. Georgia kind of looks like the English flag, but it's got like the red and white cross, but then it's got like little doodads in the like
correct
quadrants. So
do you know Bulgaria's flag?
I feel like it's one of those it's like red, white, and either like yellow or green or something. It's one of those like.
This is a placeholder sound special prize TBD.
Yeah, you don't get any points for that because it's not a question about the article, but it's a red, white, and green tricolor.
Nice.
All right, next question. Who built it?
A guy named Philip.
No.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you just one shot that? Like, wow, the power.
Right.
Was it Caesar?
It was
I'm
not
just gonna,
Caesar.
I don't know names. As we've well established.
Was it
I feel like
Alex?
I should give you the points though, because the answer that I wrote down that I'm looking for is the Romans.
Well, I mean, if it's the Roman amphitheater of something, Opolis,
Right. That would track.
Yeah. All right. So it's one of the best preserved Roman theaters, having been built in the 1st century AD. When was it last used as a performance space?
1980.
2019.
Common era.
What?
2019.
No.
Like 400 BC.
No.
The 19th
Several hundred years
century.
before it was built. Not the 19th century. No.
The 20th.
I'm trying to decide if it like hasn't been used in a very, very long time, or it's so well maintained because it was being used up until like pretty recently.
Right. I was gonna say like last year, right?
You're so close with last year.
This year.
This year?
There we go. Arget gets the point because she said it a little bit faster. It was last used in September. It is outdoors, so it's seasonal, but it is still in use.
See, I was originally like 2019 because I figured like maybe right before the pandemic.
That was good.
All right. Roman theaters had assigned seating, and the theater of Philopolis has engravings on the seats for several types of people. Points for each person who guesses a category of seating.
Well, I have an answer.
This is by animals. I'm gonna be in the lion section.
I don't.
With my two tiny
Not by
lions.
animals.
I have an answer, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. I mean,
If you whisper it, I'm kidding. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Like, if it's not like.
Is it Jews?
There was not a section for Jews.
Ah, darn. Okay.
You and I were both like, is it my people?
Yeah.
Exactly. No, it's not, apparently.
Yeah, no, if the answer were racial segregation, this would not be the way I constructed that question.
Oh, thank goodness.
Is it broken down by like some kind of class situation, like warriors, or like?
There are definitely class designations. Like there are some of the answers involve classes, but like I've got a list of different specific types of people who were who had assigned seats.
Is it by age?
No,
Age
not
groups.
age.
Is it by height?
No.
See, my
It
entire thing is like, would it be like, did they separate men and women? Did they have like people who were in different, I don't know, military rank separation?
Profession?
Is there a section for children? Is there a children's section? And
No,
an
I'm
elder?
starting to think that you guys are not going to get it, which makes sense. It's very surprising considering the way we think about grouping people now. But there were sections by where in the city you lived,
Oh,
region of residence.
like zip codes.
Yes.
I wasn't gonna say that, but I was going to say like people who lived there and then people who like traveled to the
Traveled.
place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Like when you
Yeah,
have
and
parking, but
there are
only
some other sections. There are some other specifically named sections for the city council, magistrates, friend of the emperor, friends of the emperor. I assume there was also a seat for the emperor.
ooh, are you a friend of the emperor?
I feel like that's like how people would get into dance clubs. Just, I'm a friend of the emperor, I swear.
Yeah, right.
Take this old Roman coin. I am a friend of the emperor, I swear.
All right. So this theater was discovered in the 1970s. Why were they digging?
Why were they in the 70s? In Bulgaria?
Earthquake.
Was it after like war? Like
I'm trying to remember when the wars in that area of the world were taking place.
Well, they were kind of just always going on. That's like
Yeah.
the thing.
True.
Well,
pretty
you
sure
said
Billy
earthquake.
Joel wrote a song about it.
Were they digging to like make foxholes so that they could avoid?
Yeah, were they digging trenches?
Volcano.
Right.
not a volcano.
Were they just doing normal stuff like trying to build a
Was there
building
a
and like they went to a deep basement?
Micah, I didn't get that.
Sinkhole.
No, not a sinkhole. It was a natural disaster.
It was a natural disaster?
Flood.
So
No.
yeah, like a mudslide?
I'm going to give it to you for that landslide.
Ah.
Mud is a type of land.
It is very wet.
All right. And the last question I got for this section, what is Anastillisis?
It's when people named Anna stand really still for a long time.
Thank you. I'm glad someone else went there.
This is a placeholder sound special prize too.
My sister's name is Anna, so like I make stupid jokes about that name all the time.
Is it something to do with allergies?
No.
Okay.
It's when you get really just blitzed out of your mind.
It's
And then-
something to do with ancient architecture.
I was gonna say something to do with like plants, but no, just gotta pull that rug right out from under my feet.
It's when
This is not a new Wikipedia article. This is under Roman theater of Philopolis.
it's when you make something in the mode of the theater of Anastillisis.
No.
What's the word again?
Anastillisis.
Anastillisis.
Is that like the shape so that it acoustics? Words completely out of my brain, but
No.
you do the dome shape so that the acoustics are like fantastic.
No, I fully understood
I get what you're saying. It makes sense.
It is not that, but while we're on the topic of acoustics, that is another question that I could jump back to. How is the Roman theater of Philopolis shaped?
I always assume oval.
I'm going to assume like a clamshell situation.
Is it a rectangle then?
Nope.
It's a concave bowl. Like it goes down into
Well, like an amphitheater.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an amphitheater.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
It's a semicircle. Seating goes out a little bit past the circular area, and then there's like a flat, flush entrance.
That's literally what a clamshell is, but because I'm in Boston, no one knows.
That is, at best, a half shell.
Join us next time for semantics.
Listen, that point got distributed. I don't know who got it.
I'm not
Yes.
going to anyway, so give it to anyone else.
Yeah, it's time to pull a full-on whose line is it anyway, and just points for everybody.
It's all right. I'm not counting. I'm just guessing at which person got vaguely the most.
I'm still on Anastillisis.
All right. Anastillisis is under the section Restoration and Conservation.
Okay.
It's when people got really into the theater and they were like, whoa, I have come down with Anastillisis and I want to give all of my money to the theater restoration project.
I can't just keep giving you guys special prizes for silly
Right.
definitions of Anastillisis.
Is it similar to like a freeze?
Really? Can't you?
You could if you wanted to.
Is it similar to like a freeze
Okay.
or something, like art-wise?
No, it is not an art thing.
Does that
Okay.
mean when you do that thing where you put plaster between the cracks, but you don't actually like replace the stone unless you like absolutely have to ensure that it can keep going for longer?
I am- What? I'm sorry, what?
That was it? That's just the answer?
Anastillisis is the archaeological term for a reconstruction technique whereby a ruined building or monument is restored using the original architectural elements to the greatest degree possible. It is also sometimes used to refer to a similar technique for restoring broken pottery and other small objects.
Isn't in the word in Japanese is kitsukune or kitsumari, something like that, where you use gold
Kintsugi,
to
I think.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I think that I don't know whether that's considered a form of Anastillisis.
It's his cousin. That's fine.
I don't think it would, because you're not using something that was in the original piece. You are adding gold to restore it, so that it will look as though it has been fixed, not as if it had never been destroyed.
Unless you are repairing something that is gold.
True.
Well, now that's just silly.
Here's what the
Big
article
brain
says
energy.
about the Roman theater of Philopolis. The monument was restored using the original architectural elements to the greatest degree possible, strictly following the Anastillisis technique. Where I could have sworn I saw another sentence there.
It's Philopolis, not Anastillisis, like I keep calling it.
Yeah.
I thought the term derived from the theater. I was wrong. That's okay.
I could have sworn there was a sentence in here that said that the new architectural elements were made deliberately as noticeable as possible. It's in an earlier section of the article. The reconstruction was made strictly according to the method of Anastillisis, and the new material is clearly visible.
Okay.
So, like, there is new material. It is pointedly and carefully arranged to not resemble the old material, so that you can tell which is which.
Okay.
So when did the restoration begin? Because I ever so slightly have a memory bubbling up that's how I thought about because I watched something about that once. Like one of these times I was still in my parents' house because they still got cable and I'm bored just flipping through the channels. And I went, what is that? And I went, oh my God, look at these people bringing this crap back to life. And they're like, we're being really delicate, And I'm just kind of like, okay, explain delicate to me. And then they're like, we just put little bits where we absolutely have to because we don't actually want to touch it because let's not ruin it. And I'm like, right after you said it was ruined? Okay. Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
I was going to ask about
Yeah,
the.
that one. I think. Arget.
Yeah,
Does that sound right, everybody?
definitely.
All right, Arget. You win a formal ball at which a former star of Firefly presents a former star of Doctor Who to the high society of the top 1% of earners.
How dare you? It's still too soon.
It's Nathan Fillion and Karen Gillian's Millionaire Cotillion.
Oh, good.
Shut up.
I was trying. I thought there was gonna be. I was like, okay, it's got to be Nathan Fillion, and then I got Pavilion,
Mhm.
and then I was like,
Oh my god, I didn't think of Pavilion.
and then I was
Well,
like,
the Nathan Fillion Pavilion exists.
I've
Yes.
heard of that.
I think it was temporarily renamed, so it still is
Yeah.
officially unofficially official.
I was having so
Kind of.
much trouble finding other words that rhyme with Gillian and Fillion that weren't just the names of numbers.
Oh. Oh man.
All right. So before we
Hi,
move on to the next
Bob.
article, because we are going through these a little faster than I had planned,
Look. If you need, I can make more jokes.
Yeah.
I want
like, I
more.
can-
I want more placeholder prizes.
I can
I just
step
want
up
to,
the ridiculousness.
I just want to take a moment and say that our guest 80, you can find her links, generally speaking, in chat at www.80.gay. She's not currently making stuff for TikTok, but she is places on the internet, and she has a great URL.
Thank you.
Here,
When they like
everywhere.
what?
You're here, everywhere. On all the different social media.
Ah, yes. When they dropped like the .gay, I hopped on that. I have several .gay domains parked, still trying to figure out how to use them, but I do have them. I'm very
So
excited.
what you're saying is you're taking suggestions.
What are they?
I mean, did you ask me what it is? I have so you think you're .gay? And I just wanted to be like that one when you just like when you Google like am I trans and it's amitrans.com and it's just yes. I want to
right?
Anyway.
Like all you have to drop on that is one of those flowcharts, but all of the flowcharts end at yes, you're gay.
Yes. Yes. I also have my college's like initials.gay or former colleges.
Right.
And then 80.gay. So
Oh my god. I just tried ami.gay. It redirects to the Trevor Project.
aw,
Nice.
that's cute.
That's very internet. I love it.
I was really hoping for a page that just said yes in rainbow.
Right?
I know.
You know, there's two types of queers.
Play that song from South Park, right? We're all gay, and that's okay, because gay means gay.
All right, y'all ready for the next article?
Heck yeah.
And I'll ever be.
This one is very much like Steel Side Bottom. I want to lead in with just the name, and you guys try and guess what the fuck it is. Car Apocalypse.
A movie.
Close.
When Toyotathon goes wrong.
No.
Is it
Maybe.
a what are those things where they take all the cars and then just slam them into each other?
Demolition Derby, and no.
Okay, because that would be a great
Okay.
name for a demolition.
That is also close.
It's also close.
Yeah.
It's when it's sorry. It's when they make us say Happy Honda Days, and we're all sent to eternal damnation.
It's somebody's fever dream fan fiction in an AU about the Starlight Express, but except it's about cars.
It's the fourth and final Cars movie where Pixar takes a real dark turn. Which, here's the thing, isn't the whole theory that Cars is after the apocalypse? So this is the post-apocalypse. Anyway.
Oh, it's not the prequel? Cars
It's,
Zero?
it was what people called it when they found out that they wanted, or when they first invented the automatic transmission, because everybody knew that people need to be doing manual forever.
It is.
Was it like a really bad pileup on like some interstate?
No.
That's what I call the Jersey Turnpike. It's the apocalypse, baby.
This is a reminder, the two things that were close are movie and Demolition Derby.
It is a television.
It's a musical.
It is a television show.
It is
I was hoping you were going to say yes, it's a musical.
Does it have to do with my childhood, my first hyperfixation? Monster trucks.
Not as far as I know.
Damn it. All right.
Is it like a TV about smashing cars together?
All right, so my next question is where? And I'm looking for two answers here, geographically and network.
Oh, Germany.
No,
Okay.
History Channel or TBS.
no.
I was going to say TBS. TNT.
Think obvious. Like, what are the obvious places the show Carpocalypse would be?
TNT? No.
No.
What's the other one with Mythbusters? Like they're filling the
Discovery.
Mythbusters void. Thank you.
It's not Discovery.
Wow.
Nickelodeon.
CW?
Carpocalypse.
BBC One?
NBC. USA.
Just TBS.
We already said TBS.
It is
CBS.
entirely possible that none of you remember this network exists.
Is it the Travel Channel?
No,
Is it the Weather Channel?
no.
No, I'm gonna get there. I just have to remember what TVs exist.
Yeah, I
So
think
it's
that
an
like as soon
older
as one of
channel?
you remembers that this channel exists, you're going to know that it was obviously the right answer.
Is it the Cars channel? Is there a car
No.
channel?
Speed Channel?
No.
Give the slightest hint of like a different type of program that might have been on it other than Carpocalypse.
I believe that they had the what was that like?
Comedy Central still
Extreme
exists.
Football.
I'm sorry, I'm reading chat.
Do you guys remember Extreme Football?
The XFL?
Yeah, thank you.
I assume it's on whatever like wrestling is on, but
Is
wrestling
that
is
one
on
of the ESPNs?
It's not on ESPN. I strongly suspect that this network does wrestling, but I don't know where wrestling is broadcast. So
I mean,
Okay.
wrestling is on, like, I'm pretty sure it's on USA and
It
TNT.
is.
That's why those were my first guesses.
It is. It's on TNT and USA,
yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
depending on which franchise you're interested in. Don't ask.
Hallmark Channel.
I don't follow wrestling.
Kelly Augustine in chat says the Man Channel, and then I know, and I think she probably does.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, like, I don't know.
It's bothering me because you know when you can like see,
Yeah.
like, I can see it and I don't.
It's the channel for the dudes.
The
For the guys.
channel for the dudes.
It really is 100% that exactly.
It's guy TV.
It's like the opposite of we.
Do you guys want me to let you keep casting around, or do you want the answer?
I would like to know if Kelly knows, because I would like to. I want to.
Yeah, I
that's
want to know
okay.
if Kelly knows. Kelly, what's
Yeah,
your guess?
Come on, Kelly, say it.
In chat so I can steal it.
Come on, chat. I believe in you.
Kelly got it.
What is it?
Kelly.
I
You know
figured
why
that
I
they
couldn't
were
think of
still
it?
around
Because Spike
too.
TV isn't Spike TV anymore. It's Paramount Network.
Oh.
Spike
Shut up.
TV. Wow.
Spike was bought by Paramount? Oh.
So yeah, points for Kelly. So you've got the network. Now we still need the state. It did take
Oh,
place
it's
in the US.
Hey, I'm gonna say
Texas?
Michigan.
No.
Alaska.
Again, much like the network, it's the obvious answer.
California.
Texas.
No.
I said Texas.
I said Michigan,
Alabama.
Nope.
Arkansas.
Florida.
There we go.
I'm like, where's the most chaos likely to happen? Seems like the show Florida Man had something to do with.
This time on Carpocalypse Goes Wild, Florida man shows up and boy, do things get crazy.
Whoa.
All right. How long did it run?
Oh God, I'm gonna say 4 seasons
No.
Yeah, 6 seasons.
No.
and a movie.
I know, right? One season.
You get a guess.
Is it still on the air?
Is it?
80. What's your guess?
I don't want to steal it. It's still on the air.
All right. Micah gets the point. It ran for 2 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see. It was inspired by the production of an Atari game. What did the show consist of? Like, what was the material that the show was depicting?
I'm guessing
Smashing cars together.
Is this the stupid show that my dad asked me about the other day where you take food and a car and you do crap to it?
No, that sounds like the Food Channel.
Okay.
does it have anything to do with Crash Test Dummies? Because that would be fun.
Not that I know of, but there are
I
not
had
any.
that song
pictures
stuck in
that
my
are-
head. Thanks.
It is. They take junk cars. It's about guys who run a scrapyard.
No. Reminder that it was based on a video game.
Based on I'm trying to remember what video games are around.
They're trying to soup their cars up to like go crazy. Well, based on but on an Atari video game.
What kind of video games involve cars?
Racing.
games.
There we go. Somebody said racing, right?
Everybody said racing.
Cool. Yeah, it was a racing show. I keep hitting the control button instead of the points button.
It's okay.
All right. So, yeah, let's see. For the first couple of these, I actually wrote down like the sentences I was going to say leading into a question. By this point in my notes, I just like wrote down a gesture at what the question's supposed to be. So, all right. The premise of the show began with the popularity of the Orlando, Florida local Crash-A-Rama series. The filming of the Test Drive Eve Destruction video game by Atari sparked the idea for the show. It all starts out with a challenge given at Orlando Speed World. 12 extreme racers must accept the challenge with a very limited budget and build their race vehicle before the 4-day deadline to race day. The first 6 episodes were filmed as a pilot in 2004 and have grown in popularity as one of Spike TV's highest rated shows. Some of the races from season 1 include... What did some of the races from season 1 include?
Motorcycle.
No.
Nothing but left turns.
No.
Flame.
Isn't that all races?
Wait, what?
Yes, they're making another left. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Close
NASCAR
track.
left turn.
All right. So,
NASCAR.
to be clear, like, just to clarify, when I say no, this list was not exhaustive, so it's
So
totally
maybe-
possible that you're directly guessing ones that the Wikipedia page didn't list. But
Traps. Things to fuck up the other cars.
I am not seeing talk about other cars. I am going to give you... I don't know what this means. I'm going to give you the point just because it feels like maybe it's the right thing. Ambulance chain race.
Shut up.
What the fuck?
Wait, okay. Hey, team. Hey, Hey, I think we can crack this.
All right.
I think we
What
can.
are some other dumb things you could do with cars?
Go backwards
I mean-
instead of
Yep.
forwards.
Minivan reverse race.
Yeah.
I mean, there's how many Fast and Furious movies now?
Riding the rims instead of real tires.
What was that?
Barrel
Riding the rims
rolls.
instead of real tires.
No, I don't see that on here.
I mean, types of cars, you can like soup up a really bad car.
Oh, like you can lift a car. You can like make them real tall.
Transforming the
racing.
car into like a
Focus on what you're doing when you're driving, not what the car is like.
blindfolded.
There we go. That's another point.
Damn it! I was gonna say that.
Driving from the passenger seat.
No, driving to the passenger seat. All right.
Driving
Go,
from the back seat.
go a little bit farther in your heads. What other video games involve cars?
Grand Theft Auto. Just run people over.
True, it is not one of the entries.
Oh, I was like,
I played this really like awful race car game on Nintendo where it was just the whole challenge of it is the car would just keep like going like this. So like, is there one where like they did it in the rain and just tried to like whip donuts the whole time?
steering wheel is
No.
invert. Some sort of controls are inverted.
Love it,
Mm.
but
There are no brakes.
no.
Oh, I was like, that's got to be one of them.
Did
I don't
they
know
get
how
rid
you-
of the engine and try to do it like a paddle boat?
No.
Flintstones car.
I was gonna say like the Flintstones car.
Michael got one that I would give points, but I'm not going to tell you which one.
Well, I mean, it's got to be Flintstones car because yabba dabba doo.
Oh, I hope it's the clown car race. I would love a clown car race. How many people can you fit in your car?
All right. So the one Michael got was Automotive Roller Derby, which I'm giving points for Mad Max.
Oh,
Um,
I
and
thought
the
you
other
said
ones
Micah.
are Flagpole Race, which I don't even know what that is, and Car Soccer, which I was hoping you guys would get to from Rocket League.
Damn.
Yo, how have you not done
Oh.
car jousting? Car jousting would be great.
Car jousting would be
Oh.
great.
I understand where you were going with other video games you can do with cars. Wow, your logic, incredible. Mwah, chef's kiss.
All right. Now, what horribly distasteful theme did they go with for season 2?
Derby girls.
Car
Cross
crash.
dressing.
No.
Is it something to do? Is it to do with gender at all?
It is not to do with gender.
Horribly
Is it to do with the cost?
No. It's to do with American history.
Oh
Confederacy.
no. Yeah. Duke
The
Duke
Civil
Brothers.
War.
Civil War.
Haha.
Yeah. Carpocalypse Season 2, Civil War was the second season of Carpocalypse. The show was taped in Orlando, Florida at Orlando Speed World and in Buffalo, New York at Holland Raceway by the creators of Crasherama.
Crush.
Aiming for
Wait,
the
did they
teams were
have
divided
like,
up into 2 groups of 5. 5 competitors from the South, including participants from the original Carpocalypse, and 5 new competitors from the North in a recreation of the tensions of the United States Civil War.
Oh my god! Why would they do that?
good fucking lord? Wow.
I
The
mean, we
first 5
already
shows were based in the
established.
South and the Middle, for the North for the final 5 episodes.
Who won?
Let's see.
I want to give a shout out to Michael in the chat of suggesting something with the war on terror because like okay, I just want to like transpose the like Carpocalypse Civil War but to other like moments in American history like Carpocalypse
I love it.
Carpocalypse :
All right.
war on drugs.
Who won the chart of what happened in all the races is here, and it's a lot. Like there's a lot of bad graphic design, and it is not like it does not produce a clear result for which team won.
As it should be.
All right, so
It's still going in our hearts.
for the South team, there are actually 6 people on the list rather than 5. Raybo, Mo, Misty, Dave, Jeff, and Ben. Ben's name has an asterisk next to it. Why was Ben racing?
Somebody died.
Not
Yeah.
died,
Someone got hurt.
not hurt,
They dropped out.
not dropped out.
They were
Transgenderism.
disqualified. Yeah.
So,
Nope. This did not disqualify them.
Switch teams.
Nope.
Is Ben an animal? Is Ben not a person?
Well, if he was for the South, yeah, he probably was.
What other reasons does a person just like go away for a while?
Ben got
Pregnant.
married.
Nope.
Ben
Yeah,
went
Ben's
back
the substitute.
home to someplace else.
Oh, did they get a DUI?
It doesn't say.
They got arrested.
Oh, they got arrested.
They got arrested. Ben stood in while Raybo was in jail.
Well, of course, Raybo is the one that ended up in jail.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought Ben was the one that left. Not that I will ever remember. So it wasn't about Ben. It was about Rainbow, you said?
Raybo, Raybo.
Rainbow.
You got to remember,
Isn't
we're in Florida.
Isn't that the Minecraft YouTuber that all the kids love?
Oh, no. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, I don't know any of those people. Like, I just play Minecraft. I don't watch it.
All right. At the end of all that, either Arget or 81. I think. do
Arget
either-
got it.
All right.
You're
Arget won.
pointing the wrong way.
Wait, yeah. Oh my God, wait.
Arget.
There we go. We did it.
The number of wait,
All right, now high five.
Wait a minute.
Arget. You win. You win the snuffed out filter of a used cigarette held by a
God.
casual bigot to disavow their obvious prejudice.
The snuffed out cigarette filter of a casual bigot who what with their prejudice?
To disavow their obvious prejudice. It's an I'm not racist, but.
I was
I was like quiet part out loud. Given
the things that we normally discuss that I'm just sitting here. I'm like, is it this person? Is it that person? Like, and I forgot that it was the pun, not an actual like. You weren't okay.
So we have enough time left to get to the backup article that I have on hand, just in case we didn't, just in case 3 articles didn't fill the time. So this one, I do not have any questions planned for. I'm just going to be winging it. It's just a weird ass article. It does say it might require cleanup to meet Wikipedia's quality standards. No cleanup reason has been specified.
Well, that's many of them.
And it has been labeled as needing cleanup since December 2010.
Nice.
I'm so
Is it
excited.
political?
United States Navy use of hydrometer 1800s.
What are we trying to guess here? What that
First
means?
up, when in the 1800s, closest person gets the point. When in the 1800s did the U.S. Navy start using hydrometers?
1844.
1885. I mean, that's when Marty McFly went back to the future. So
That documentary.
yeah, it's a historical document.
1832.
80 gets the point. It is 1850s. At the first International Maritime Conference held in Brussels in 1853, aka Brussels Conference, for devising a uniform system for meteorological observations at sea, recommended the systematic use of the hydrometer.
Damn, all those like those like sailor bros at BrusCon, like damn, really they made some points. You see, here's my thing, because I was like, because the first like submarines were like invented right before the Civil War, so I was like,
Right.
maybe that's where we're going with this, right? I don't know.
It's like, speaking of things that like blow my mind as far as like using something like that to like pinpoint other people in time historically. I don't know why I thought submarines were like so much older than they were, but it never dawned on me that they're really only about 200 years old.
I mean, people have been going underwater, trying to figure out ways to go underwater inside things for as long as there have been water and people. But I think it's like steel ones. It's like something specific, I think. I could be wrong. It's been a long time since high school history class.
All right, so I got a couple of sentences I want to read you guys. The question we are leading to is, all of these men returned valuable observations with the hydrometer, though blank afforded the most extended series. I want to know who blank is, but you need to get the names out of this sentence. Captain John Rogers, Lieutenant Porter, and Dr. William Samuel Waithman Ruschenberger, all of the United States Navy, did this, as did Dr. Raymond in the American steamer Golden Age, and Captain Henry Tonby of the English East Indiaman Gloriana.
It's Ruschenberger, because that's the fun
I was just
name.
going to say, yeah, the really long fun one.
It is not Ruschenberger,
My
although
vote is for
the only one there whose name is a blue link.
Ornby, the one that made my brain, that one.
Captain Henry Toynbee?
Toynbee. Is it Toynbee?
It's not Toynbee.
It's not Toynbee.
First guy in that sentence.
Yeah.
What?
The first dude in the sentence.
Yes, it is the first dude in the sentence. Captain John Rogers.
There it is.
Those navigators who used the hydrometer enlarged the bounds of knowledge and fields of research, and led to the discovery of new relations of the sea.
Ooh, relations of the sea.
Relations. Hold up. Relations of the sea. This is feeling very mermaidy and not in a good way.
These
article is so weirdly written.
Y'all think that these like 1850s ship nerds like wanted to fuck the ocean?
Yeah.
Listen,
if all the siren songs.
A whole lot to do back then.
Listen, what is sailing if not fucking the ocean?
Just a bunch of seamen wanting to fuck the ocean.
Hey, we did it!
All right.
Hey.
Wonderful.
Oh God.
The object which the Brussels organization had in view when the specific gravity column was introduced into the Sea Journal was that hydrographers might find it in data for computing the dynamical force which the sea derives from its currents from the difference in the specific gravity of its waters in different climes. The Brussels conference agreed that a given difference as to specific gravity between the water in one part of the sea and the water in another would give rise to certain currents, and that the set and strength of these currents would be the same, whether such difference of specific gravity arose from the difference of temperature or the difference of saltiness, or both.
What are we trying to pull out of this here?
Nothing. I just wanted you to hear the way that sentence was written.
My entire brain just leaked directly out of my ear.
That's one of those sentences where it's like the joke that went around TikTok the other day. So long story short, that's how the Titanic sank. I was expecting that, like, fully.
Yeah. And the turtles go to the fucking word salad is what that is.
Yes.
That is page 43 of an academic article that you clicked on, you saved because you thought it sounded interesting, and then you skipped to the middle just to like see what they were talking about and if you could understand it, and then you read that and didn't, and not just closed out of it but deleted it from your computer.
Yeah. Just slowly shut the top of your laptop and walked
Yes.
away.
I like that saltiness. What it was like, it's temperature, pressure. Well, I guess this is the same thing.
I
And
think the reason I like
saltiness.
that they say saltiness is because they make such a big deal of trying to sound important in their language. And instead of using a word like salinity, they say saltiness.
My impression is that this was probably copy and pasted from a book that was written before the word salinity.
See, and that's what I was kind of wondering too, because if it was back that far,
Fucking well.
Oh, no, I don't doubt that the word salinity has etymology that goes back that far, but there have been like periods in English history when people decided to like re-Latinize words.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that
well,
the rise of salinity as the formal sciencey way to say salty may have come after this book was written.
Is that a 99% Invisible episode?
What?
That was a podcast episode relatively recently of like when the English got real horny for re-Latinizing their language. And the French too. The French were like, we have to fix our words. Anyway. Sorry.
Trying to pull another question out of this.
okay.
How much does the specific gravity of seawater vary in trade wind regions, notwithstanding change of temperature?
11T. Because I can't number.
I don't even know what units we're working with.
Yeah.
Give me a gestural
8 girth
statement.
units.
Like, is it a lot? Is it a little?
It's a lot.
It's a medium amount.
I think it's
Margaret,
a
what
lot.
did you say?
A
All right,
lot.
none of you
I
get the
agree.
point. The specific gravity of seawater varies but little in the trade wind regions, notwithstanding change of temperature. The temperature was a little greater in the southeast side trade wind region of the Pacific, less in the Atlantic, but though the sea at the equatorial borders of the trade wind belt is some 20 or 25 degrees warmer than it is on the polar edge, the specific gravity of its waters at the two places in the Atlantic differs but little. Though the temperature of the water was noted, his observations on its specific gravity have not been corrected for temperature. How many sources does this article have?
4.
2.
1.
1.
Damn it.
Which is how we know it's a copy pasta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody's that y'all remember? Hey, y'all remember that like classic internet copy pasta that about hydrometers in BreastCon?
Yeah, it just rolls off the tongue.
It's that one. It's like it's all the time on Reddit. Like 4 years ago, it was that one, and then the Navy SEAL one. That's just all I saw.
Yeah.
All right. I think either Micah or Arget won this one.
Even if I
give it to
didn't
Micah.
end up taking it,
I
because
don't
that's the
know.
kind of person I am.
I haven't given Micah any prizes yet, and this one
no
is.
tiebreaker questions, like just done. Yeah.
Let me have this. Just
Yeah.
let me have this
Yes,
All
it's
right,
yours.
Micah,
in my life.
you win a set of fabric pouches filled with a sauce made of flour and leftover meat juice, previously owned by an American folk hero, and it turns out real person and politician.
This is something Rue. Is it a,
All Bunyan's Parmesan Funyuns.
Love it. It is Davy Crockett's Gravy Pockets.
oh my god.
Out. Oh my god.
That sounds like
yes. Just what every girl needs for, whatever holiday is coming up.
that sounds like a
Real
Cracker
thing.
Barrel. That gives me like the vibes of
It
like
really does.
where is Davy Crockett from? Where is that? Where is he from? He's a real politician. Was
I
a
will
politician.
check Wikipedia.
This is just general like America.
He represented Tennessee in the House of U.S. Representatives and served in the Texas Revolution. He was born in Tennessee, died in Texas.
That's right.
Yeah. Davy Crockett was an American folk hero, frontiersman, soldier, and politician. He's commonly referred to in popular culture by the epithet King of the Wild Frontier. He represented Tennessee in the U.S. House of Representatives and served in the Texas Revolution.
Fun.
I get him and the Apple guy confused.
I was
Johnny Appleseed.
That one.
I want to say I was defaulting to this guy was probably the worst, but just skimming the opening paragraphs, he was elected to the U.S. Congress where he vehemently opposed many policies of President Andrew Jackson, especially the Indian Removal Act.
So he might have actually been decent.
Yeah, he did also fight in the Texas Revolution, which, if I recall correctly, was terrible. But
is that the Alamo? That's
yeah.
the Alamo.
Is that the Alamo? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, he died on March 6th, 1836, at age 49, at Alamo Mission in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, he died.
So, like, either a huge coincidence or that was the Alamo.
He died at the Alamo. Okay.
Remember the Elmo.
Why we gotta remember
that? It is past 9 p.m., so I am going to call it there. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
If you if you enjoyed this and you also want to know about union stuff, you can support us on Patreon.
I'm dropping the Patreon link in the chat. Our Patreon is how we do things like pay our guests to come on the live stream, which we like doing because we don't like not paying creators because we're a union. And fun things like the series of talks we're going to be doing next year in collaboration with Arizona State University. A lot of cool stuff going on with that we are able to do because of the Patreon funding. And there are a lot of cool things that we have in mind that we would really love to do that we need more money for. So please check out the Patreon if you can spare some money. And yeah, thank you, Michael, for dropping the link to the Discord. You can also join us on Discord, where anybody over 18 can sign up and join as an accomplice, where you can get information like access to our resources and chat space with other accomplices. If you are a TikTok content creator with over 1,000 followers, you can sign up as a comrade and get access to creator-only spaces where you can like talk with other creators about how the platform is being awful on any given day. But yeah, with that, thanks everybody for coming and good night.